Alright. Well, it's the Saturday morning conversation today with your man DJ I Monkey. As DJ Caveman is out on assignment. He got called into the principal's office with a mandatory meeting at his job. So I'm going to be holding it down today with our special guest, Dale Cover.
What up, Iron Monkey?
Yes, indeed. So we have our man in the house today, comedian, all around good dude.
Keep going.
Holy name alum.
Holy name alum.
Basketball player.
Oh, he's going way back.
My mother still calls you Dale the Snail.
Dale the Snail, yes.
I'm like, yo, you know I'm going to a comedy show tonight. She was like, oh yeah, why? Who's playing? I'm like, Dale from Holy Name. Dale the Snail? I'm like, yeah, Dale the Snail.
Do you know why she called me Dale the Snail?
Nah.
You don't know why?
No, see, you was in the same grade with my sister, and the same class with my sister. So I know a lot of her friends still, and you're one of them. But I never knew the story about Dale the Snail.
Okay, all right, we're gonna find out today. Well, I was running for class president, and your sister was my campaign manager. Can you guess what the slogan was?
Vote for Dale.
Don't be a snail. Vote for Dale.
So
I lost.
Did you?
Yeah, bunch of snails in that fucking class.
Yo, I remember that campaign. Yeah, don't be a snail, vote for Dale.
Yes.
Well, there was a lot of snails out there, huh?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, well, they are where they are now.
That's right. Snailing.
Yeah, snail-ass bastards. Just traveling hobo slugs. That's all they are. With their houses on their back.
Don't be a slug and don't do drugs.
Yeah, know what I mean? No, but today's 420, you know?
420, yes. Happy, first of all, I want to say thank you for having me here.
Oh,
on this great national holiday.
Yes, indeed.
Nowhere I would rather be this early Saturday morning, besides bed, because I had a fun night last night.
Yeah, I saw you last night. That totally surprised me.
That surprised you, right?
Yeah, because I was at the end of the bar, and then somebody tapped me. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh, shit, Dale.
He was about to punch me in the face.
I was like, oh, shit.
He was like, oh, I'm sorry. What? All right.
Nah, because sometimes, like, at the bar, some people, when they drink, they get a little sensitive. So, like, if you touch them, they might jump and get and aggressive. So, me working, I don't want to hurt my tip, so I want to be cordial and polite and make people feel welcome, you know, like they're in your house. So, it's like, okay, I thought I bumped you. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. And then I was like, oh, shit. Yeah.
Okay, I got to brush up on my club etiquette.
Nah, that's all right.
But yeah. So Toad and Stooligan was down there playing the band, and a couple of my buddies was in there, and I saw it. I was like, all right, put it on my calendar. So I'm going to get out. And then first day was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoy seeing these creative people. A couple of people I know, too, and the first time I saw them, I was really impressed with what they did. So that was dope. And then after that, I was heading out, and then Chip Tillman had the showcase.
Yeah, he had a showcase in the lounge at Fat there.
You saw Wale. He was like, yo, I'm going over here. Here's the ticket. I was like, all right, let me do that. So I had a nice, unexpected night last night. And that show was dope.
Yeah, they had a couple of... See, Fat is one of those places in Onlyville where I work.
I thought it was feet.
Music.
Okay.
Feet? You thought it was feet?
I thought it was funky feet. Well, okay.
Well, depending on what night you go there, like rave night, you might see some funky feet.
Okay. but it's Fat. It's French? Is that French?
Yeah, for a party.
French for a party?
Yeah.
Going to the fete.
Yeah, I'm going to the party.
Okay.
Scene. I don't know where that Jamaican came from. But,
right. Jamaicans at the French party. Okay, go ahead. They be colonizing everywhere.
Yeah. That's why they call them colonizers. You got to be careful of them. They're everywhere. But no, Fete is one of those weird venues, musical venues, because they don't consider themselves a nightclub. They're a musical venue because they have everything. Just like last night, it was the rap concert, right? This is rap and rock, right? It was like a blend in the arcade.
Yes.
So in the arcade, that first show that you went to, what was their name again?
Toad and Stooligan.
So there was like a rap rock fusion type show.
Yep.
And then in the main area, the ballroom, it was emo night.
Yes. I didn't know you worked there. And I saw you in the emo room. And I'm looking in there. I was like, oh, my boy's emo.
Well, you know.
And then I saw you working there. Which is cool. Emo's cool.
Well, you know.
That's emotional. Is that what emo means?
Yeah.
Like lunch emotion. Yeah, because when I bumped you by accident, you was just like,
oh, damn.
Going off. So I was like, oh, okay.
You thought I was trying to hide myself? Yo, I got a story about that in a second. Where'd you go? Yeah, be like, go cry in the corner, get all extra light skin on emo night, get all Drake with the shit. Be like, well, you know, it's Good Friday and Jesus died, and I don't know, like, nah, it wasn't that kind of time.
It was Good Friday, right?
Yeah, yesterday.
Shout out to Jesus.
Yeah. No, we don't have the visual, so people don't see me pat my heart and kissing.
You know, they don't see me wiping dirt on my forehead.
Oh, for the Ash Wednesday?
Oh, I got my holidays wrong.
Come on, man. You went to Holy Name.
I know.
Come on, man. You wasn't the altar boy?
Hey, don't tell my business.
See, like, I was an altar boy too, so it's weird for me hearing some of those Catholic stories nowadays.
Explains like, why he goes to emo night, but go ahead.
Yeah. But, like, hearing some of the stories about people and their bad experiences as altar boys and how they were interrupted.
Never had no bad experiences.
Yeah, so I'm like, well, damn, maybe I wasn't attractive as a little guy.
Right, our priest didn't like black guys. He wasn't into black boys.
You see, that's where racism kind of worked in my favor.
Word. He's like, hey, this ain't too bad.
Yeah, nah. That little black kid, nah, have him work the funeral.
But what we used to do, man, is we used to go because they always gave us a trip to Rocky Point.
I never got that shit.
No. They cut it off as soon as you got there.
Yeah,
that's why we did the altar boy, because there was at the end of the year for the altar boys there was a Rocky Point trip.
Oh man, see, I used to do it just to get out of class, okay. And then I worked one funeral, and the dude and then the dude gave us, like, he came into the back and he was like, "Oh, nice service, thank you for everything," and then he gave me $5. I guess that was
dude, the dude that died.
No, come on, man.
I ain't doing the funerals, right?
Nah, like, somebody in the family.
Okay.
So somebody in the family came up, like, could have been his son. And he was like, oh, nice service and everything. And he gave us $5. I guess, like, that was my role to being a ball back,
That's a lot back
then. Hell yeah. Especially when you're in, like, 3rd grade, 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. $5 is big money. And that was like, what, 80s? So in the 80s, that was good money. That's back when penny candy was pennies.
Oh, man.
And you could get, like, a Chico stick for, like, 10 cents.
He gave you 500 fish equivalents.
Yeah, well, yeah, just about.
And a Chico stick.
So, like, what happened was he ruined it, because the next funeral I worked, I was like, easy. I got $5 coming. I already had that money spent in my head, right? Dude really came and opened up a pack of gum and gave us a stick each. I looked at the gum, I was like, I don't want this.
Really?
I dropped it and I turned around and I went to the back to take my shit off. Mm-hmm. I was like, I'm done. I'm going back to class.
Okay. That sucks when you get that first hit.
Yeah.
It's like something good and everything else. That's like the first time I won the lottery, man. My mother sent me to get a scratch ticket. And I was like, let me get one for me. I won $50.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I was hooked.
Oh,
I ain't
damn.
never won ever since.
That $50 was an investment in all the other times.
Exactly. Take this $50 and watch you give us $500.
Yeah. In return. First time for free.
Exactly.
And in the spirit of 420?
420.
We'll make a little pivot and we'll go to the what we've actually been waiting for a while.
What's it?
Mt Rushmore of R&B finals.
All right.
So, that being said, a lot of votes casted. Some hard feelings with some people didn't make the list, like Alexander O'Neal or Morris Day didn't make the list.
Morris Day didn't make the list?
No. I'm sorry.
See,
it's not a legitimate list without Morris Day.
Morris Day.
You need to know what time it is.
Morris Day. Don't be a snail. Vote for Morris Day.
Yo, for real. See, that's what my sister should have did. She should have had some Morris Day music with your campaign, and it would have been popping.
You know Morris Day wasn't getting no votes.
Yeah, come on now. People like, who's this?
Yeah, I mean, he was like, all right, go ahead.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, we
So-
don't want to spend all day on Morris Day.
Yeah. No, he's gonna be at Essence Fest this year.
Is he?
Yeah, me and my lady. Like, I know she's excited. Andrea, I know she's excited
To see Morris Day?
Mm-hmm. I just hope she don't.
See,
like-
you two. Go ahead.
Well, see, like, look, I'm a Morris Day fan because of the bird and just doing the dance. Like, I'm glad we don't have the visual and people don't see me actually doing the bird. But yeah, Morris Day
Hey,
was my dude.
I'm a fan of any light-skinned black dude with freckles. Cause
And he had the dark skinned dude holding the mirror for him. Hey, yo, Jerome. And Jerome would come with
that's
the mirror.
why I like Jerome. Everybody like Jerome. We don't really
Yo!
like Morris Day. We just wanted to see Jerome, but Jerome couldn't sing.
You know what Jerome was?
He can hold up his belt and dance.
You know what Jerome was? He was the Virgil to the $1 Million Man. That's basically what Virgil was. Like, Vince McMahon, he saw Morris Day doing this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, all right, Morris Day, we got the $1 Million Man. Virgil, you could be Jerome. You see, one name, Virgil Jerome. Problem solved. You don't make that connection, especially on the 420. Come on, it's easy to make that connection.
20 years ago, I probably would have been like, ha ha.
Yeah, because it's 420. You could easily make that connection. $1 Million Man is Morris Day, and Virgil is Jerome.
Okay. Jerome. Everybody needs a Jerome.
Yeah, hold up the mirror. Make you feel like you the man.
You can't see me because we're not doing video, but I got a little Morris Day going.
Oh yeah,
A little bit.
Well, the hairstyle.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna go the light skin route.
No, but it's a little. Well, not here. We ain't got no lights in here, so.
Yeah. I gotta put in that fucking light bulb,
I'm
man.
colored right now.
Oh yeah.
There's
Yeah,
no
the
lights
shaded
up
side
in
of
here.
things, huh?
Yeah. Which is all good, though.
The darker shade of brown.
But I was gonna say about the music though, man. You two, your lady and yourself, you guys are like those people, and I'm always impressed with people like you guys who can remember songs, dates, times. You know, like people that do sports, they're like, oh, the 1986 playoffs when this team played that team. I saw it, but I don't remember anything like that. My memory is just so when I see a lot of this, even with the Mount Rushmore, I was voting on stuff I knew. You know what I mean? Like,
Based on what you remember.
yeah, and stuff because that's just the way my mind works. So
So you wasn't like bringing in like controversial stuff like Teddy Pendergrass. Was he gay? Like that kind of messy shit.
Yeah, right.
Right. So
right.
you wasn't bringing in like a James Brown off the mic life. Like, see, even with the whole Michael Jackson thing, and we'll get to Michael Jackson in a second, like with how he finished in his whole voting. But I thought he caught a raw deal in the whole quote unquote documentary that they had on HBO. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say the name of the show and try to promote it, even though
everybody knows it anyway.
Yeah, but come to find out, when they did a little bit further research, when the guys were saying that he was in the train house, right on the second floor in the train house, and Michael Jackson took advantage of me, XYZ. So he said it was back in '94, but when they actually looked at it, they put up a proposal in 2002. Not 2002, 1992. Mm-hmm. So this is 2 years before it was actually built, right? So wait, I think I actually have it backwards. Either way, the timeline was totally off. He said, "Oh well, he did it to me at this time," but the thing wasn't even built at that time. I have it backwards, but it wasn't even built when he said he was taken advantage of.
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Who cares? Michael Jackson's dead.
Yo, for real. Who
cares? Yo, let the dude rest in peace.
Yo, and see, that was the thing that I'm like, yo, y'all want to now pull all his music. They pulled his episode of The Simpsons. Like, okay. I'm like, yo, based off what somebody said, all these tears.
He's dead.
And, yeah.
Who cares? We got people that are alive that got stuff going on.
For real.
Like, leave Mike alone. Like, I don't even care. Like, we dropped the ball already. Like, if we supposed to like boycott him and stuff like that.
No, I'm not.
I'm just saying, if that's what we're supposed to do because the allegations are true, it's too late. If we're not, it's too late.
Yeah,
you know
he's paying his price.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, heaven or hell, he faced his own judgment. So
no,
it's tough.
Well, It's all about the money.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at it. When you look at the entertainment, I see all the patterns. So I'm just like, it is what it is. This is just about the attention and the money. So I'm never mad at reporters and people that do documentaries and things like that, because I know exactly what they're after, and it's predictable. Especially being in entertainment, you just gotta get that mindset. So it's all good, man. But it's just
and with that whole story, again, I voted based on the music, the art, and the artist.
Oh, so that's what you were trying to say. So some people were probably like...
Yeah, they were bringing in other factors and voted against people based on other factors. But that aside...
Yo, that's a good thing, man. Yeah, you put all these scandals in... All right, I got you.
Because then some people would be like, well, if you put them up together, because before the finals, Michael Jackson went up against Prince. So some people might say, well, I will vote for Prince because of the allegations with Michael. Me, I didn't bring that into it. I was just like, look, just based on music, right?
Yeah.
And then I had my arguments with it. But that being the case, we're going to get to the results here.
Okay, let's go.
So, for the 70s, the face of Mount Rushmore, representing the 70s, we had number 1 Aretha Franklin versus number 2 Stevie Wonder. Who would you have voted on this one?
I didn't vote on that one.
No, but who would you have?
I'm going to tell you why I didn't vote. Like, I could have voted. Like, I was just sitting there with my thumb on my phone, and I didn't vote. Because I looked at those two, and these people are probably going to yell at me, because I know how black people are.
All right.
But I was just like, I ain't never really, went out of my way to put on Aretha Franklin music. I ain't never really went out of my way to put on Stevie Wonder music. That's just me.
No, that's understandable.
Me.
That's understandable.
So I was like, I'm not gonna vote on this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let the other people that really like, you know what I'm saying?
So
I didn't vote on that.
All right. I could respect that.
Although I got a tradition in my house,
mm-hmm.
and I do that at my comedy shows too. Anybody's birthday, when my kids, their birthday, or my wife, they wake up to Stevie Wonder's Happy Birthday. I blast it mad loud, and I dance for the whole 6 minutes. That's a tradition in my house.
Oh, that's a tradition?
Yes.
So you could have voted for Stevie easily with that alone. You'd be like, you know what? Stevie for me represented something a little bit more. See?
That's true. That's
true.
But I wanted to be fair. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I didn't have enough more than that to really. I took it seriously. I took it so seriously that I was like, I'm not just gonna just vote just because something's silly.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna let people like that really into the music, like that.
But,
do it. That's how I looked at it.
All right. That being said,
but I'll give Stevie a little nod for that.
You'll give Stevie the nod.
I love that.
You got to be a little bit more definitive than that, though. Come on, you got to be like, yeah, fuck that. I'm rolling with Stevie, right? We blind gang.
Listen, man. We say blind gang.
Yeah, gang, baby. So either way. Number 1 Aretha Franklin versus number 2 Stevie Wonder, and representing the 70s for the face for the Mt Rushmore of R&B would be with 69% of the vote. Mm-hmm. We have Stevie Wonder. So Stevie Wonder is the first one that we got representing for the Mt Rushmore of R&B.
Wow, all right. Ray Charles is like, fuck that nigga.
Yeah. He can really see. He got all y'all niggas food. I'm mad. I'm shaking my head like Ray Charles too.
You did look like Ray Charles.
Shaking my head, closing my eyes, and all of that. Getting in the character. Yo, Ray Charles didn't even make the list, to be quite honest.
Yeah, whose fault is that?
You know why? Because really and truly, Ray Charles, I would say, is more 60s. Ray Charles, Otis Redding, Sam Cooke, Etta James, Nina Simone. They're more like 60s, but we didn't want to go that far back with it. That's why we figured, all right, we'll start with the 70s, because at least somebody's born in the 70s. Like, if you're born in the 60s, at least you enjoyed the 70s music too. But
okay. Well, I can tell you this, because I'm an old soul, I have gone out of my way to listen to Ray Charles.
Really?
Yeah.
Like country Ray Charles?
Hit the road, Jack.
All right.
I like that, man.
All right.
I stay in my genre. My era is 70s. I listen to if you look at my phone right now and I pulled up what's on my playlist, it's just all 70s stuff. Funk.
So like heavy Curtis Mayfield.
Who? Let me say.
What you say?
I'm gonna give you a quick list real quick.
All right.
So
So people from the 70s. All right.
I'm gonna tell you what's right on my thing right here. I have it. Keep going though while I look at this.
All right. So as Dale pulls up some of his playlist music that he likes, we're gonna move on to.
Got it.
All right. Here we are.
All right. I got Radio. Can't change that. Four Tops. Ain't no woman like. I got Temptations. Treat Her Like a Lady. Got Delegation. Oh Honey. Something new. You ever heard that?
Yeah.
Man, I never heard Oh Honey until I was doing some research about a month ago. I was like, I can't believe I never heard this. Love it.
Damn. What's the name of the group? Wildflower. Oh, damn. Now go ahead.
Everything else. Let me see. All this. Oh, McFadden and Whitehead. They got a song One More Time.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I heard the other ones, but Al Wilson, Show and Tell.
Sure.
Barcades, Shine. That's what I got right now. That's what I've been listening to for the last 30 days.
Damn.
On repeat. That's just me. That's what I'm saying.
Yo, and see, we don't have the visuals, but we got the old school boombox.
Can I borrow it?
It's not mine to lend out. Better yet, nah, my brother. You need to get your own.
You gotta get your own.
You gotta get your own. No, but the boombox looked like the one that Radio Raheem had that was actually broken.
This is the one that Radio Raheem had. There's blood on it.
Yeah. The after, you know how you have the before and after picture.
Yeah.
This is like the after the Hachitachi.
Oh my god, he said this is not mine to lend out. So
Yeah.
what you're saying is you borrowed somebody's shit for 30 years.
Nah, this is my
still
ladies.
having to give it to it.
Nah, this is my ladies.
What's your ladies?
Yeah, I can't be lending all her shit. She's probably listening to the
She's
show
like
right
the
now.
queen. She's the queen of music, man. Tapes, everything.
Yeah, you see a lot of the tapes that she got over there. I'm surprised she didn't run downstairs yet and be like, "Are y'all live?"
Amazing. She's amazing. You guys are amazing with the music.
Well, thanks. But we're gonna move on to the 80s.
Okay, 80s.
And we got number 1, Whitney Houston versus number 2, Michael Jackson. Who would you have went with in this one?
Who lived the longest?
Huh?
I said, who lived the longest?
Oh, damn.
Because they say
You're going based on how they died?
no, how they lived.
Damn.
I'm saying they're so great. Both of them are so great. It's like, all right, whoever can last longest.
Oh, damn. I didn't know we were going based on how they died. Okay.
Who would I have gone though? I think. Come on, we gotta go with Michael Jackson here,
All right.
because it's obvious, it's documented. You know what I'm saying? Whitney's great.
There's a lot of things documented about Michael. We already spoke about that,
right,
but
right. You can see it. I know that's true.
But no, like Whitney.
It's undeniable.
See, Whitney had a real crossover and mass appeal type of presence about herself. Not just with the voice. Clive Davis was the one that like really, really put her like on the scene, and then when you look at it, they tried to do the same thing with Mariah Carey. Mm-hmm. Kind of make her like the Whitney, the bigger, the big voice kind of person, and Whitney was good. But I was more of a Michael person.
When you say that about the Whitney, I could say it appears to me that was more branding and marketing and strategy, because that really wasn't her.
No, but
we found out later. That
because like you could open the door for somebody. Like you as a comedian, you could be like, yo, Dawood, I could let you open for me, and give me an opportunity, or give Caveman an opportunity to open up for you. Mm-hmm. But it's for us to actually show and prove once we get that opportunity. Yes. So, like, even though, like, they opened the door for it, she had the voice, she had the presence to actually keep it.
Yes.
So, Agreed. It was like, it wasn't like, nah, close that door. We don't want them type of niggas, no more them type of niggas coming back in here. Like, that type of thing. She was like, all right, you know what? Tony Braxton, other type of voices, these type of people, it left the door open for them. So, Whitney, she was number 1 for a reason.
I agree. Yeah. So, bottom line, these two shouldn't even be compared. I mean, I get why we're doing it, but it's just like they're so great in their own right. But I'm just saying, from Michael Jackson's point of view, what he's been able to do and how many people he's been able to reach, and the impact he had based on the timing and things that haven't been done prior to him. I kind of give the nod to him because of that. Not necessarily talent-wise or skill-wise or personal value, but overall impact. It's Michael. And when I was a kid and I saw Asian people, Orientals.
We'll come back to that point and why we're laughing about that statement.
When I see the Orientals singing music, I thought to myself, they probably don't speak the language and they're vibing to that. That to me was amazing. And you know what I'm saying? I just thought it was like the craziest thing. The only thing I can relate to is like I kind of do that with reggae. But because I don't know what they're saying, but I'm like, this is hot.
Yeah. Especially somebody like a Shabaray. What's this Taylor load? It's trailer load. But okay, all right. We see you.
Can you do me a favor though? Can you explain the Oriental thing? Because I feel like people are mad at me.
Okay, so earlier off mic, we was talking, and I'm like, damn, you're old when you just say certain things. Like when you refer to Asian people as Orientals, like you just a whole different kind of old. Right. You don't call black people blacks. You call them Negroes.
Colors.
Yeah, the colors. Yeah, the Negroes. Yeah. Like you're just a different age bracket.
Yes.
At that point.
And I had a couple people to say Oriental too. In my head, I'd be like, wow, that's crazy. That's mad old school.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, my wife's Oriental, so it's all good.
Oh, she's from the Orient region. Mm-hmm. Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm. Her mom got a beautiful rug in the crib.
So it's just a rug. It's not even but because it's their rug, it's an Oriental rug.
Yeah, and it flies too.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Like Arabian Nights?
Mm-hmm.
Like Arabian Days?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's a real Oriental rug, though.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
What makes it real?
It costs $8,000.
Oh damn! Yeah, at a certain price bracket, that's considered real because that's real money.
I'm just messing around.
Oh, okay. So, to the results of Whitney Houston versus Michael Jackson, with 71% of the vote representing the 80s for the Mount Rushmore of R&B, we have Michael Jackson moonwalking his way to the Mount Rushmore of R&B to hang out with Stevie Wonder. That's actually an ill Mount Rushmore R&B in itself.
Okay, so you got Stevie and Michael right now.
Stevie and Michael.
And Stevie has no idea who's sitting next to him.
Nah, he can smell Michael.
He's like, I smell little boy.
Oh boy. I smell Capri Suns. Oh man.
Macaulay, is that you?
Smells like Peeps. It must be Easter. Oh man. It's Easter. We're making these type of jokes.
They can get it. I like this because this is. Are we live or pre-recorded?
No, we're live.
Oh man, okay.
But we're gonna repost it.
You can't see me though.
Nah, people can't see us. All right, so moving on to the 90s or the Mount Rushmore of R&B, we have Toni Braxton versus Mary J. Blige. I don't know.
Toni Braxton, how'd she make that with that D Braxton voice?
Well, again, like Whitney Houston, she had the powerful voice, and I don't. No, because she actually beat. Who's it? She beat D'Angelo in the last round.
D'Angelo.
Yeah. Yo, the way that the brackets was going, it was like the 90s was weird because who was number one? In the 90s, it was Babyface was number one. Mariah Carey was number two. So with that, like everything just went to shit because I think Toni Braxton, if I'm not mistaken, is number 7, and Mary J. Blige was a number 9.
You should do a losers bracket. Put D'Angelo and Morris Day.
Like the NIT. No, they actually have another one. If you didn't make the NIT, there's another tournament. I'm like, yo.
That's called YMCA?
Yo, for real. Rec League. The JCC.
Hey, I played in that.
Oh, the JCC?
No, the YMCA.
YMCA?
I won a chip, too.
What?
Yeah, I won a couple chips.
Yo, peep this. I was on the JCC team, the Jewish Community Center team, right?
Would they allow one Negro to play?
This is the funny thing. Our whole team was black.
Really?
We probably had one Jewish kid on the team, and he was the token.
Really?
He was the one that would talk to the person at the desk while we all run into the gym and play basketball. That's the way it was at the JCC on the east side.
And you played in the league.
And then we end up signing up and playing on the league, yeah.
And you had one Jewish kid on the team.
As a token, yeah.
And he was the one that finished the game because all you guys got fouled out.
No.
Foul on a nigger.
No, we used to put him in for garbage time.
Really?
Yeah, it was like, I think his father might have been the coach. So his wife made him put the son in for like 2 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. It was weird.
I love you, son, but these boys are good.
Yeah, I want to win. My contract is up after this game.
Don't pass it to him. I know he's my son, okay?
Just look at him and pump fake to him. so I can tell his mother that they tried, but the defense was tight.
Was it the JCC on the east side up there near Brown?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, it was so ill. Our whole team was black. And it was like, where did all these black Jewish kids come from? Everywhere we would travel, we would walk in and like, damn, did Sammy Davis Jr. stop in Rhode Island?
I was about to say that. What's the name of your team? The Rat Pack?
Yeah. It's just all of us, all shades of black too.
That's dope, though.
You know.
That's why I like sports, man.
Yeah, it brings us all together.
That's right.
Just like music.
Just like music. So did you announce the winner?
For the 90s, I'm about to. And this one was, who would you want with? Tony Braxton or Mary J. Blige?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. We didn't even talk to them. Mary J.
Woo!
Yo, when she came up with the word dancery, I was just like, yo. Nah, because...
Yo, she just totally retired discotheque. It's the dancery now. It's no more discotheque.
Yes, it's like it's about impact, people. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hope as a comic that people can take away something that I've said and make it iconic. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I could ever smoke enough weed to be clever enough to say something like dancery.
She said dancery, and what's crazy is like you don't even know what a dancery is, but then you say, you know what? I know what it is.
Yeah.
It's a dance. We're gonna go with that. Like Michael Jackson, Shimon and shit like that.
Yeah, that's Shimon.
And you be like, all right, that's what it is. That's you know how much confidence that takes to go up there and say some
wild shit
to invent. Yes, to invent something and say nothing and have the whole world say.
You know what that's like? And I know this is out of your lane of music, but that's like what Kanye was trying to do with the poopity scoop stupid shit that he was doing.
How's that out of my lane?
Well, you know the poopity scoop?
No.
With Kanye? No, because you
I'm familiar. I like Kanye. I like Kanye because he's woke. But he's stupid because you're not supposed to tell nobody you're woke. You're supposed to just be woke and be quiet.
Yeah.
But he get woke and be on TV. But go ahead.
Nah, he's woke and loud. So, yeah.
But yeah, poopity scoop. Yeah, he tried.
Yeah. Some people liked it. And it was mainly what I saw as the white folk. Try to be like hip, like, yo, this is us. We're gonna own this one. Poopity scoop. Yeah. Like, yeah, you could keep that shit. You could poopity scoop that shit.
Hey, but he's taking a risk, man. Life is all about inventing stuff and making up stuff that don't exist. And
with 93% of the vote, Mary J. Blige and her dancery is doing the Mary dance to the Mt Rushmore of R&B.
Mary's bad, yo.
Hell yeah.
She's one of the ones that I really like. I really enjoy.
And see,
I say it like she's dead. She's alive. Is she coming in concert?
Yeah. I think
with Nas. Who's with Nas?
Mary J.
And Nas.
Yep. After they do Essence Fest, because both of them are going to be at Essence Fest this year, also for the 25th anniversary. They're going to go on a nationwide headlining tour together, Mary J. Blige and Nas.
And they're coming here. That's dope.
Yeah, man. Dope. Yo, Mary is such 90s. I thought it was just perfect because she was on my Mt Rushmore of R&B. I had Stevie Wonder. I had Michael. I had Mary J. Blige. So everything is going basically to form. And Tony Braxton, thanks for showing up.
You know what's crazy? No disrespect. I just sat here and said all these good things about Mary J. Blige. Don't you think, if you look at who won in the, 70s? Who won in the 70s? Was it Stevie?
Stevie Wonder.
And then the 80s was
Michael Jackson.
And then 90s, I feel like we went down a tier in artistry.
No, because Mary was the queen of hip hop and R&B. Because she actually had the blend between the two. She had the fusion. So for that era,
let me ask you a question. 30 years from now, will Stevie Wonder's name be anywhere?
Yeah.
Will Michael Jackson's name be anywhere?
Yeah.
Will Mary J. Blige's name be anywhere?
I believe so. I believe so because she's like the 90s version of Aretha Franklin because she spoke to women of the 90s, like the people that used to watch Living Single and used to watch Different World.
I was high in the 90s. So I don't know.
Oh no! Well, okay.
but okay.
She represents like a real part of the culture.
I agree with you 100%.
Like she, like her cultural impact, and this is what I was saying with some people. That's why, like in the last round when Aretha Franklin was going against James Brown, I was the only one that voted for James Brown. I said for his cultural impact, though. That's why I voted for James Brown because I'm black and I'm proud. His cultural impact for the civil rights movement was that big for me for just to give him a vote, even though Aretha was running away with it. And I was like, well, maybe it was the death vote. You know, she just recently passed away. I don't know if they buried James Brown yet, so. But
his estate is held up in litigation.
Yeah. You can't bury him yet because he owed me $5.
Hold on.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for my $5 from that funeral. Can't bury him until I get paid.
I struggle with James Brown.
Yeah, some people do too.
You can have my black card. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I was a kid, right, when I first saw James Brown. You know the first time I ever seen James Brown?
Don't tell me it was that CNN interview.
No.
Oh, okay.
It was on Rocky 5.
Oh, shit.
Now, think about this. I'm a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know nothing about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I see Rocky 5, and I see James Brown. I thought it was a woman. I thought it was somebody's grandmother. I was like, whose grandmother is this? And so ever since then, when I found out who it was, I was just like, yo, this dude is...
Yeah.
The music was what it was. You know, we sampled it. It's part of our life. It's a soundtrack to our life. But, yo, I'm free to make my own and get my own impressions.
You never went to Hope High School, did you?
Hope High School? Nah.
At Hope High School, there was a female gym teacher, Miss Patterson. Swear to Moses, she looked like James Brown.
She looked like James Brown?
Yo,
you
for
see
real.
what I'm saying?
You see, notice, I didn't say swear to God because tomorrow's Easter. So I said, I swear to Moses. I'll go that route.
Moses. Oh, so you're just going to offend the Jews like that?
Well, I played on the JCC team, so,
Okay.
I played on their basketball team.
Okay, all right.
If white people could say, hey, I'm not racist. One of my best friends is black. Can I use, I can't be anti-Semite because I played on y'all basketball team.
True.
Can I use that? Can I pull that card?
I don't know, man. They tough. They don't play.
They don't play.
You might disappear. You mess with.
Nah, they're homie the clown with the quarters in the sock. Damn, I'm taking a deeper ditch with that. Oh shit. Oh no.
You turn up missing. You mess with that.
Oh man. Just the fact that it's not even a sock. It's a sock full of quarters. Oh man. All right, so let's move on to the 2000s. Mt Rushmore of R&B. Oh no. So, 2000s Mt Rushmore of R&B. We had number 2, Erykah Badu versus number 5, Usher Raymond. All right. So, who would you have voted for in this one?
Erykah Badu.
Mm-hmm.
And Usher.
Yep.
Can they be more polar opposite? I mean, Erykah Badu is like.
Well, Beyonce was number 1. So I guess you can get a little bit polar opposite with Beyonce as number 1 and Erykah Badu as number 2. But Usher actually beat Beyonce. I guess that's why she had to come out with that live album last week. But
yeah, I heard it was good too.
Yeah. But
okay,
yeah.
So
who'd you went with on this one? Usher and his Disco Inferno dancing ass, burning people on his way. Everybody's
I'm just
dancing.
Thinking about the herpes, bro. I don't
know. That's why I call him the human Disco Inferno, because he's just dancing and burning everybody.
Yeah, see, that's I guess I'm not supposed to be doing that. I'm supposed to be thinking about the body of work. I'm letting the current events kind of like skew me because I'm like, you're putting the herpes up against being woke and black and beautiful. That's what you're saying. That's what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah.
What do you want to perpetuate?
Yeah. What am I gonna fill my soul with? Herpes or black empowerment? Yeah. See. yeah. Let's try this herpes out. Can I get a spoonful?
But let me say this: herpes aside. Put some of that tough acting, tenactin on that, whatever.
Bang.
Usher has had a greater impact. I think.
You think so?
I think Badu was so woke that that's just how things work. Her audience was limited, but Usher was just.
And see, I failed to kind of see Usher's impact like that, even though he did start it young, and the way that he came up and everything. Yeah, I guess. But for me, Erykah Badu created a vibe. Like, she was wrap your hair up, burn some incense. Like, before that, people that used to do that would be like real deal Rastafarians, people that would listen to reggae music. But then with Erykah, like, people would start to listen to that, where D'Angelo, Jill Scott, and like the tree of people with Belial, the tree of vibe that came off of that. There was actually the group that they had. It was a group of them. What was it called? I can't remember, but I know they were all Aquarius. So all of them together, Erykah Badu and a bunch of them got together. The Roots, right? They all kind of was like, look, this is what we're gonna do, and we're gonna create this vibe. So for me, that's why I went with Erykah. Usher, with his dancing infernal ass, Yeah.
No, that's good insight. See,
so
that's why I left a lot of my voting to the experts or the people like you that have more insight, because I can't get past like herpes and
like Usher, like his music was nice, but it didn't really touch my soul.
Really good.
Yeah, it was
touch
good.
Your soul?
Nah, it didn't touch my soul like Erykah's music did.
Did Michael Jackson touch your soul?
Not like that. You know that song Ben was actually a song that actually touched my soul until I realized he was singing to a rap.
He diddled that little rap.
Well, based on...
Let me stop. When I die and go to heaven, I'm going to get my ass kicked.
Yeah. Between him and Prince, they're going to square you up. I'll be like, oh.
I ain't never said nothing bad about Prince.
Oh, okay.
But...
Nah, I don't want no smoke with that dude.
He's not even on the list.
No, Michael Jackson beat him last round.
Why are you going to do that to the brother?
But, alright, so Erykah Badu versus Usher. The winner, and this was the closest.
Can I guess the winner?
Yeah.
Usher.
Alright, so let's see. This was the closest, because with 52% of the vote, Usher represents 2000s for the Mt Rushmore of R&B. So, in quick summary...
That's close. That's good.
Yeah, that was close.
That means people that have like really struggling. The level of consciousness is coming up. For that to be that close, because everything else was like 70-30.
Yeah.
This was like... There was
93
like,
to 7.
We love you, but we know we got to be woke now.
Yo, matter of fact, I didn't even give the percentage of what Mary beat Tony Braxton. Mary J. Blige had 93% of the vote.
Well, how did Tony Braxton even get up there? She was just cute.
You know what? She had a late game layup. Like, Mary went... She thought that Tony Braxton was going to call a timeout, like in a basketball game. She thought Tony Braxton was going to call a timeout. So Mary's walking to the sideline. And Tony Braxton just ran over and went for a layup. Like, I gotcha. So, yeah. Tony Braxton had 7%.
Well, at least she got to the finals, but she's just good looking.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like, I never really saw her as someone that her range. She sings like me. Yeah, I can sing a couple. Like, I play it on SingStar, that song, that video game where you got to sing the notes. My family used to play that back in the day, and Tony Braxton was one of our favorite songs because all you had to do was
just moan your way through it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like your Keith Sweat Matter of fact, Keith Sweat didn't make the list either.
Damn, you gotta get it. This is dope. That was dope. You gotta get another list.
Yeah,
You
so
gotta do it again. Is what I'm saying. That's dope.
yeah, we might have to renew this.
Dope.
Well,
Not
if we don't do the Mount Rushmore R&B, we might do a different type of Mount Rushmore,
That's what
like
I'm saying.
of like cartoons.
Oh.
Wrestlers.
Now that's something I can get. I'll be more
Like cereal.
Yeah. I can get something.
Radio themes, TV theme songs is another one. Like
you got a good thing, bro.
So
I like that.
Yeah, so we got a different lane for different stuff in the future. So
Nice.
for this one, Mount Rushmore R&B, the finals is for the 70s we have Stevie Wonder representing the 70s. For the 80s we have Michael Jackson. For the 90s we have Mary J. Blige with the Drunk Auntie Dance. And for 2000s we got the Human Disco Inferno Usher moving with his herpy ass to the Mount Rushmore R&B. Yeah, he's the one in the corner. Yeah.
Right. Nice.
So yeah, so that is it. That's the conclusion. We'll post everything on our Facebook page, and thanks for everybody that voted, everybody that participated, shared the post, took part of the discussion. Probably had a couple of arguments offline with some loved ones. It is what it is. Sometimes people get hurt feelings over some things, but it's not even hurt feelings. It's just the way it is, and it's just perceived as hurt feelings.
Oh wow!
But that being the case, today is 420, so
spark it up.
Yes, more fire. So for 420, like I keep saying, if you didn't leave your milk and cookies out for Snoop, don't be surprised if he's coming out of your mom's bedroom.
Oh,
You'd rather him coming out of the basement than the bedroom. So,
hold on, whoa! Those wasn't the cookies that I left for you, player.
Yeah, hoe chose me.
Don't worry, I don't love these hoes.
Nah.
I ain't coming back.
Nah, you don't love me. You just love my doggy style.
Ooh.
Yeah. So for 420, I know there was a couple of weird things that were going on too.
Yeah.
Like Carl's Jr., they was looking to introduce, and it was only for one location in Colorado where it was going to be a CBD infused hamburger. Mm-hmm. Like it's a regular hamburger, but the sauce that they have, like the little secret sauce, it will have like CBD, and I hope that's the only shit that they had in that secret sauce. But they were like, yeah, we'll see how that goes, but like we were talking because Caveman came in earlier and he had to go to his mandatory meeting for work. He was like, people don't really know that CBD, you're not going to get high off that shit. Only thing it's going to do is like a muscle relaxer type,
Okay.
Like it works for me because I can't take pills like NSAIDs. Like when you look at Advil and Aleve, they will have NSAIDs and capital letter NSAID, NSAID. I can't take that. Ibuprofens, those things don't sit well with my stomach. So when my muscles hurt, I either gotta suffer through it or I gotta find alternative ways. So I smoke weed. That's my thing. That's my vice. Don Johnson had his Miami vice. I have my weed. So Uncle Fester had his vice. So it is what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, with CBD, it is what it is. Like I know Jelly Belly was coming out with some jelly beans with him because that's like the new age thing. Now that white people can see that they can tax weed, now it's a cool thing for them to do. But beforehand, they was throwing mad people in jail for just a little bag of weed. Like, yo, 5 years for weed? Like, shit.
Right.
That was better off selling crack.
Right.
Shit. But you don't smoke anymore, do you?
America. Nah, because they was trying to throw people in jail and stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was bad with it, man. I had to stop because I hit rock bottom, with weed,
You in here for weed? Boo this man. Boo.
Listen, man, like some people could smoke, you know what I'm saying?
You ever suck dick for weed?
Nah. But I smoked oregano once.
Oh, yeah. You had to tell me this story.
And that's when I knew, because, you know what I'm saying, I was like, I was to the point where, like, but I enjoyed smoking. Like, I'm the kind of person, like, I'll sit, like, even now, I'll sit and I'll meditate. I'll just be quiet. I'll be in my head. That's just me. I enjoy my quiet time.
Mm-hmm.
So if you add weed to that, I'm like, cool, I can do this all day.
Oh, okay.
So I'm the kind of person, like, I want to smoke, I just want to be high, I just don't want to be here.
Well, you know what,
what I'm saying? So,
like,
it's just too excessive.
Like, until recently, like, I've smoked forever. Like, I've been like, I'm 40 now. I've been smoking since I was, like, 12, 13.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm snitching on myself, but I'm old enough, but I hope my folks don't want to still give me a beating because they're Trinidadian folks.
Yeah.
So West Indian parents don't play with that shit. You'll be 50 years old and they'll still try to give you a beating.
Try to give you a beating.
Hell yeah. But I used to pinch my father's weed, and I know he knew. Like, I'll pinch his weed. But I've been smoking since I was like 12, 13.
Like, where'd you get this?
You.
I got it from watching you.
Yo, matter of fact, the first time I smoked with my father, it was Mother's Day. And, long time ago. And he was in the living room with my uncle.
Did you say the first time you smoked with your father was Mother's Day?
Yeah. Yeah. Go figure, right?
Right.
Because it was him and my uncle. They were smoking in the living room. And I was in my room. And I came out to walk the dog. And my father looked at me. He was like, "You smoke?" And he holds up the joint. And I didn't answer him. Right? I just gave him the little head shrug, like, So I grabbed it, took 2 puffs. He was like, "You smoke. You smoke? You smoke weed?" And I just shrugged. I never answered. I never gave him a yes or a no. I just, I'm smoking now. He's like, all right. So, I think you've been pinching my weed. I'm like, oh, you think? All right, let me go walk this dog before you piss in the house. And I just left. That was the end of the conversation.
How old were you?
At that time, I was like 22.
Okay,
like 22, 23. So I was already 10 years into the game at that point. So, but yeah, like, they demonize weed because of the lobbyists that's been in the market trying to hold up the benefits of weed for their own natural reasons. People like big pharmacy, police, jails, because really and truly, how is a jail really going to reform somebody when they're for profit?
Right.
Like, it makes no sense.
Right.
They're in the business of having people in there. It's like a hotel.
Yeah, you're not a criminal, you're a customer.
Yeah. So they're not in the business of rehabilitation. They're in the business of recouping their funds.
Yes.
Like,
right.
We put this much money into building this prison. We need to see our dividends and returns.
But see, that's the thing with America, man. You just got to recognize what the game is and then play the game to win. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to, like,
and
you don't catch me riding dirty or nothing like that. Cause
yeah.
I know what they're about.
Yeah, because the cops, big pharmacy, and the penal system, the judicial system, is in the business of creating criminals. Because if they could build a case against you, now there's a reason why you can't do something. Oh, you can't vote, or you can't own a gun, or you can't have a pet. Some weird shit just to prevent you. And weed was just something that was easy to prosecute, not just black people, but minorities.
Yes.
And that's including the Orientals. Hey, we had a question. We did have a question long time ago on probably like our first or second podcast that we had. Would you consider it to be legitimate if a white person from South Africa came to the United States and filed for a college application and deemed themselves African American? Can a white person from South Africa be from Africa in general, not just from South Africa, any white person from Africa, born in Africa, moved to the United States, can they be an African American?
Yes and no. And the reason why I say no is because you hear that?
Yeah. Was that my stomach grumbling?
I don't know how good this mic is, but we all know that the term African American and all the things that we call ourselves are just I don't know, is it misnomers or is it just they're just these labels, and that label specifically is to try to label a person like you and me. So when a person from South Africa comes over, are they an African American? Technically, that would be correct, but we all know that we're not operating from that perspective.
So in the spirit of the law, in the sense, they're not really African American. But if they apply for college, because you know how the whole college scandal is going on out right now, what if they apply as an African American and get a scholarship?
I think that's awesome.
As an African American,
I'm gonna go back to what I just said 5 minutes ago. This is America. America is a place where here's how things work. Here's how I look at things. Right? You look at all these different presidents. This president, that president. Obama was there. Then we got Trump. The goal that's going to help you to navigate the system is not to fight the system. You look at the system and you say, okay, what's happening? Where are the loopholes? Where can I get mines? What can I exploit? Because that's what it is. It's like a video game. America's like a video game. It's a simulation. I mean, it's the world is what it is. We added this society and this structure on top of it, and you're playing it. All right, where can I get the money? Oh, you can get money from real estate. This is how it works. You get this, you do this, get this money here. You know what I'm saying? And you can go and invest it here. And it's saying just play the game. So when I see people come through and they say, oh, you know what? I can exploit this African American thing. That's just what it is. There's always a loophole for you to exploit. But the people that complain are the people that sit back and don't want to put the time in and realize. It's just really an awareness. You can always, if you're in America and you ain't making it, you fucking up.
Yeah, it's the land of milk and honey. That's why a lot of people come to America. They look at America as a cash cow.
Yes.
They want to milk the cash cow and send that money back home. Like wherever they deem home. Dominican Republic, Trinidad, Haiti, China.
And everyone is able to do it except the people that are here. Except the people that are born here. The foreign people come in there because they see it. They're like, yo, I see what this is. I'm coming from, because we don't have a different perspective. We're born into it.
Yeah.
People from outside, they come out, they're like, all right. They're like, yo, look how this shit works over here. Look at all these different opportunities. Yep. They come, they take advantage of it, and they leave.
And they send that money back home because they work like a dog here, and they move back home to live like a king. African Americans, well, people from here, nigga. It's hard. Well, yeah,
you don't know why I say it.
Yeah, but their mentality, because yes, the nigga mentality is, I'm gonna make money and I'm gonna show out. They're not putting it back into something.
Right.
They're just putting it for the show.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have nothing really and truly to put it back into. I don't have a home to send it to.
Right.
So I'm gonna wear it.
This is our home, though, right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So, but then reinvesting back into the community was the big thing with Nipsey Hussle that I love.
Shout out to Nipsey.
Yes, rest in peace. And that's where I think that Stevie Wonder got the whole bump in the Mt Rushmore of R&B because he performed at his funeral.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I said this last week. I was the first person to post Rocket Love by Stevie Wonder on YouTube. And then all of a sudden, like recently, I started getting a bunch of notifications like, rest in peace, Nipsey. I'm like, what the fuck is all this? So, and I went, because I didn't see the funeral. I was like, oh shit, Stevie Wonder performed. So
and he did that song, Rocket Love?
Yeah. So a lot of people was going to my YouTube page and was sending the comments. I think I probably have like 2 million views now. That's
really?
Yeah. But it's been over like 8 years. 8 years, man. And it's something that's organic.
You getting paid for that?
No, I don't think so. Like I think I probably waived it because I got one of those quote unquote notifications to take it down, and I can't
copyright it. Yeah.
And like I can't make any money off it, and I have to sign off that I'm not gonna make any money off of it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, I don't want to make any money off it. You know, I just want it to be available for people to enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
So, but with that said, with the whole aspect of, you know, white African American, I saw in the news recently, and this is a little pivot, with there's the talk of Lady Gaga reprising the role in the movie Mahogany. So Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga, after doing The Stars Born, wanted to do Mahogany. This is quote unquote the story that's out there.
Yes.
And for me, I can't get jiggy with it.
Why not? What's the big deal? What is Mahogany? Why is it?
Well, Mahogany was the story, in short, from what I can remember. Even though it was because it was Mahogany and Glitter came out, and I kind of blend the two together. But Mahogany was Diana Ross and the love story between how she became famous and
okay, that's what your story was.
Like,
originally Diana Ross. Okay,
right. So
right.
And how she, and I'm only gonna be very vague so that way people can actually go and watch the movie themselves, and I'll try to honor my synopsis to it so that way people can watch it. But it's a love story between her and Billy D. Williams and the struggle of stardom, in a sense, you know. And again, I blend Glitter and Mahogany in my mind because I haven't watched it in a bit, but part of Mahogany was number one, name of the movie's Mahogany.
Yeah, I was about to
like how are you gonna have Mahogany with a white person?
Mahogany means
like black,
something like that, right? I'm gonna look it up.
Like it, like growing up, like just hearing Mahogany just was like a real royal way of saying black. Like I don't understand why black people don't call themselves Mahoganies.
Right.
like just the evolution of things. Like we were niggas, negroids, colored people, African American, black, mahogany. Like for me, that's just the damn Mahoganies.
Do you think Mahogany would be like really a cool way to identify yourself? Like, do you think it's better like we went from colored to African American? You think Mahogany is like more prestigious? Like I'm Mahogany.
It has more of a regal feel to me, at least.
Mahogany.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
What are you? I'm Mahogany.
Next time someone asks me that, I'm gonna say that. You do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yo, people, if anybody asks you that, you say that, and then you tell us what they say.
Yeah. See,
because I get that all the time.
Yeah. What are you?
But I'm Mahogany.
I'm Mahogany.
They're gonna be like, what?
What?
But the definition of mahogany is a straight-grained reddish-brown timber of 3 tropical hardwood species. That's the wood. So a straight-grained reddish-brown. So reddish-brown.
Oh, so that's like us. That's like me and you.
Reddish-brown?
Yeah, because we're not really light-skinned and we're not really dark-skinned.
Right.
We're mahogany.
I think we are mahogany.
Yeah, so reddish-brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it for the summer.
Mahogany.
Yeah, see, we got the light-skinned dudes beat. They're in their emo corner.
Like the Drakes. Yeah, we're not Drake.
Nah, going to emo night at FET.
We're not Drake color.
Nah, we're mahogany.
Mahogany.
Yeah, we're not quite Wesley Snipes.
No, not quite.
That's ebony.
And so
that's onyx,
which is beautiful, man.
That's onyx.
Ain't not
Akon status.
Yes.
But hey, if anything,
so you were saying you were.
Yeah, I was against the whole notion of Lady Gaga being in a remake of Mahogany just on the face value of it all, because it was also a story of the African American struggle.
Yep, keep going
because I
do my research.
Billy D. Williams, his role in the movie was he wanted to be a councilman. So, he was talking to the factory workers and he was trying to campaign and he was trying to win back his lady. So, and then he gives a real powerful speech, another reason to watch the movie. But he gives the speech on getting back his lady and what he's fitting to do for the community and all of that. And I don't see how what are they going to talk to, the factory workers in Warwick on, the people down at the river in Woonsocket? The fuck they talking? They're talking to the poor white folk in the trailer homes? I don't know. It's just hard. Again, the name of the movie's Mahogany.
Well,
how you get mahogany and then you have like a straight milky white powder white chick?
All right. This is what I'm saying. Let me see. I'm trying to fact check. Make sure. Mahogany is written by a white dude.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh damn.
You see what I'm trying to say? Like I'm on Wikipedia, and you know Wikipedia don't play.
Okay.
Which is crazy. Like when Nipsey passed,
Mm-hmm.
I saw it on Wikipedia because there was a moment like a 3 hour window or whatever where you didn't know. You just knew he got shot.
Oh, okay.
And you didn't know, and I was like, damn, what? I seen it on Wikipedia. I said,
oh, it's legit.
Okay, it's legit.
Oh, okay.
But then I was like, damn, they fast. Wikipedia don't play.
No, but they're not TMZ fast. Like TMZ was underneath the car when he got shot. Like they was there with the camera. Like TMZ is like
they was in the getaway car.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
You about to go get him now? We coming with you. Okay. So all right. So I'm trying to fact check, man. I'm trying to make sure. You know what I'm saying?
I saw it. Mahogany. It was written by a white dude.
So it looks like it was written by a white dude to me, from what I'm seeing here.
Oh no.
So if I'm mistaken, okay. But these movies are just how I look at it. They're just stories. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So if I wrote a story, that to me that's a product. That's something I wrote. This is America. This is a product. Mm-hmm. And then I can pimp that story 1,000 times. So there's no such thing as one implementation of a movie. Just like music. All these musicians that we have here that we know and love, that we gave Mount Rushmore, many of them recreated songs that were written years ago by others, and they had different reenactments. A white person did it in a different genre and appealed to a certain audience.
Yeah,
Cha-ching.
Aretha Franklin was good for that.
Right? A black person did it in a different genre, appealed to that audience. Cha-ching. So for me, when I see Mahogany, it's just like, okay, I think we're being a little bit too...
all right, and you know what too? And... Oh man, I'd have to ask my mother to say a prayer for me after making this statement. But it's like the story of Jesus. Like,
oh Lord,
no, like you see in America, on the most part, there's the white Jesus. In the hood, there's black Jesus. I don't know if there's an Oriental Jesus, but there's a different Jesus for different people. You know, like
there's an Oriental Jesus for you. Because when you go there, that's who you're gonna see.
But see, like
he's gonna turn around.
No, but see, like for some people, like the Oriental Jesus would be like Buddha. You see, like the Middle Eastern Jesus would be Muhammad. Like it's different for everybody. So it's depending on the way that you interpret the story.
Yeah,
it's going to represent what you want it to represent. And I guess that's the same thing with Mahogany. But again, the name of the movie is Mahogany. They're gonna have to change it to like Mother of Pearl. Like just change the name. Like call it Ivory Coast.
Yeah,
like
Ivory Coast.
do something else.
Yes,
like Mahogany just it doesn't stick well with me. You know. But it, like I was saying off air was just like, what if they made fried green plantains? With nothing but Spanish people. Yeah, I guess it's acceptable. You know?
It would be boiled potatoes, though.
Would it? Boiled potatoes? But, no, that would be for the Irish folk.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day.
Well, see, where we can't have it both ways.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We want to live in a place where people are accepted, where someone can create a story and another group of people can act in it and portray these characters.
Well,
but we add this layer of race which doesn't even exist. It's just a faux layer that is put upon us.
See, then they had
when we get out of it, we get upset.
Well, they had Steel Magnolia.
Black Power, by the way. I just want to make sure you guys ain't confused.
Oh yeah, true indeed. Represent. Blackity black.
Black conscious no longer work here.
No, but there was the remake of Steel Magnolia with the black cast. But you see, the thing is, the name of the movie is Steel Magnolia. No way, shape, or form is that like anything to represent color like Mahogany.
Steel Magnolia, does that gray hair?
I don't know. What the fuck is Steel Magnolia?
I have no idea.
I didn't watch the movie. I didn't.
So it was with white.
The original one was with a white cast, and then
yes.
The remake was with a black cast. So no, but like, there's no color represented in it. But
I mean, we did it with the Wizard of Oz.
With the Wiz?
We take a great story. Hey, this is a cool story. Kids like this. Let's do our little twist on it. That's awesome.
All right. So this is what I was saying too. What if they remade the Wiz, right? Mm-hmm. With white folk, with the Ease on Down the Road, the whole songs, everything with white folk. Like, can you accept that?
We're gonna skip on down.
No, with Justin Timberlake.
Would I be with it? Listen.
Justin Timberlake and Pink and
I would
Ariana Grande and
listen.
See, so skip on down the road.
I'm a comic, so I'm always gonna try to find what's funny in something. And I be a lot of times and I have my own opinions, you know what I'm saying, on certain things. I'm always going to try to find the funny. So from that point of view, I would love to see it. I would look at it. I try to find anything that I can talk about and if it raises any conscious points, you know what I'm saying? But whatever, man.
Well,
ain't never going to happen, though.
And you see, and that actually brings us to the point in the conversation today where we're going to have the interview today, where I can actually ask questions, and even though I know you, but it's for our audience and people out there to get to know you a little bit better. So this interview section is going to be presented by Amiga Trucking and Repairs in Seacount, Massachusetts.
All right.
So Amiga Trucking Repairs sponsoring our interview section today here on the Saturday morning conversation, as we have Dale Cover sitting in for DJ Caveman. So yeah, Dale, man. Again, me and you, we go way back. You know, you was in school at Holy Name. You was in the same grade with my sister. I learned that my sister... Well, I was reminded that my sister was your campaign manager with the Don't Be a Snail, Vote for Dale.
Yeah.
Where my mother still calls you Dale the Snail to this day. So just tell us a little bit about yourself. As you stated, you're a comedian and you try to find... When did you become a comedian? Or what prompted you really and truly to take that step to go on stage?
Yes. Well, first time I ever stood in front of an audience and told jokes was at Holy Name.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, when we used to have the talent shows?
Yeah.
And my sister did the, push it.
You remember that?
I remember that. To this day.
Okay.
She cannot live that down with me. I remember we used to have those talent shows, but...
Okay. Yeah.
You had a comedy bit?
Exactly. So, a friend of mine, Ian McManus.
Yep.
Irish dude. He and I told knock jokes. Now, I totally forgot about this.
I remember that, too.
I totally forgot about this. And so, he hit me up on Facebook. Yo, remember when we did this? I think we had, big bow ties or whatever and did some crazy stuff. But, so from an early age, that was something that I thought was, cool. And I kind of saw that in the future. You know what I'm saying? But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, you was in the grade with Ian.
Yes.
I was in the class with his brother, Matthew McManus.
Okay.
We was the two short guys in the class.
Right. Yes. Yep.
But,
that was the first time, and then,
doing knock jokes.
Yeah, doing knock jokes, and then, I just went through life, did my thing, took care of the business I had to take care of with the family, and get myself to where I wanted to be, and put myself in a position to be able to pursue comedy as a way of living. Yes,
and with the comedy, what's some of the favorite things to do while doing a show? Meeting the people, before the show, after the show, just going to the venue, because for me, I know I've expressed it to you off mic. Caveman has brought it to you as well, where we've thought about taking that next step to go on stage. So for me, it's just to kind of envision what to look forward to. Is it the way to the show, the prep show? Because later today you have a show, correct?
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, I'll be in I believe it's Nashua, New Hampshire.
Nashua, New Hampshire, all right.
Yeah, and doing a comedy show out there with a bunch of funny guys. Corey Manning, a popular comic around here. You might have seen him on the Family Feud, and Nick.
He was on Family Feud?
Yeah.
Oh, where?
And Nick, a Nickelodeon show, or something like that, if I don't got it twisted. But he's definitely going to be there, and a few others. Carolyn Plummer, I believe. So anyway, it's going to be a really good show out there. So what I enjoy is comedy is like a time out from the rest of the world or the rest of daily life. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, for me, comedy is not don't look at the career as like, okay, I just want to be a comedian and just focus on that. It's more like, okay, I want to create a certain way of living for myself, a certain way of life, a certain freedom in the way I move, and I want to be able to sustain myself and family based on my creativity and art. I want to be able to wake up and create at any moment, instance, whim that I have, and then that just be life. Move around, travel, do whatever I need to do without being tied to a 9 to 5, right? So that's the life I'm trying to make.
A level of freedom.
Just a life of freedom,
self-independence.
So with that said, is comedy is just one component in the overall picture.
Yeah, because like with comedy, number one, many times you have to be your own promoter. So in a sense, you have to be your own microphone, and you have to reach out to people and be active. Because one thing that I really give you credit for, you actually go out and support people. Like when it comes to you showing up, you're there, and that's one thing that I always appreciate about you. Like coming up to the show, showing out to my birthday party, even the fact that you showed up to your boys too, like at last night.
Yeah,
you showed up at both spots. I'm like, yo, I really appreciate that about you. So yeah, with that freedom, with the comedy, do you really feel free to use certain elements as part of your performance and stage show?
Yeah, as far as, are you asking as far as
what would you deem like off limits? Like what experiences are you not going to take from?
Okay, I would say my thought on that is nothing is off limits, but you have to find an angle on it that you're comfortable with, that you believe in.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And certain and an approach. Now, everyone's different. I can only talk from how I look at the world, right? And how I look at things. Some comments will say, "Hey, man, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go on stage, and I'm gonna shove it down your throat. And if you don't like it, oh well." Which is cool, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's
that's
their
comedy style,
homie. Coming up next is me, player, and I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so my thing, I just gotta be. I have to feel comfortable with it because I feel like, I accept the responsibility, especially as being a black male. Like it's my voice. I'm being heard. You know what I'm saying? People actually listen and can be changed by the things that I say, for good or bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I am who I am. So that's kind of important to me. I like to joke. There's a joke in every single thing. Every single thing, there is a joke in it. You just have to find it, and that's the job as a comic. So nothing is off limits. Okay. Now, will I go up there and just say, "Oh, look," say the word retard and talk about my dick and this stuff and that? Nah, that's just not me. You know what I'm saying? But if I came up with something that I thought was really worth saying about my dick and a retard,
yeah,
I would do it.
But
I haven't yet for those particular subjects. But if I found an angle, I would, and that's what's me. You know what I'm saying? I have a filter, and my filter is, yo, I gotta believe in it. You know what I'm saying? There's so many things that I come up with, and I be like, oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I be like, yo, that's it. But it ain't no. It's like a rapper. Rapper don't just throw out every bar he ever had. He come out with, you know what? I got these tracks. I want the world to see this. And some of the stuff he might just put to the side. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to say, if I told you, motherfuckers, everything I thought of, man, because I be thinking of some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we all do.
Yeah.
I think of some crazy shit, some good shit, bad shit. But you know what I'm saying?
But one thing my lady says is, you got to be careful. Because you might not be able to host any award shows in the future. See how they did Kevin Hart, you know? Yeah, so...
That too, yes.
But
if that's what you want.
But you see, the thing too is, in his case, he's right. People should be able to evolve and grow. Because, like I said earlier, when it comes to rehabilitation, we have to believe that, okay, people will make mistakes, but will teach him to know better, to do better.
Mm-hmm.
So in his case, he knew where he was wrong. He has apologized previous to him having to apologize over and over. It got to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize anymore. You know?
Which is the right thing.
Yeah, because it's like, look, I can live my life based on my apology rather than just giving blood. You know, like, he's right in a sense that we have to evolve. Like, I'm not stealing Chico sticks like I was back when I was going to Holy Name, right? I'm a grown-ass dude. Like, I have no business stealing Chico stick. If I see one, I'm an adult. I got coins in my pocket. I can pay for this shit now.
Earlier, I said $5 will get you 500 fish in a Chico stick.
Yep.
Now, if you do the math...
Is it worth the time in prison?
No, I foresaw you stealing the Chico stick.
Yeah?
Because 500 fish is $5. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm just saying
But, like, I don't need that much fish. Like, what the fuck am I doing with all this fish? Like, I'm looking to probably try to pay for two things and steal one. That was my mentality back then. Yeah. I'm like, but I'm paying for these. Like, right. Well, I can't get a freebie? Right. Like, I'll go shopping at the other place. Like, there was another corner store in the east side. Like I could threaten that shit. Like, I'm in New York.
It wasn't.
Nah, see, in New York, you can be like, yo, fuck you, Muhammad. I'm gonna go to Raul right across the street. Mm-hmm. I'm mad that one name is Muhammad, the other dude is Raul. It bees like that in New York. Like, nah. You know what? I'll get your beer for you. All right, cool. While he goes in the beer, I take a Chico stick. Okay. So but I'm not doing that no more.
So if you evolve, people can evolve.
Yeah. So people should be able to do that.
You know what, though? It's changing, though, bro. That's why I see it changing. You know why?
Why?
This is why I like it, and this is why I chose the path I chose. I mean, there's different ways to move through this comedy thing. Like, you can get involved and work through certain networks, work in the clubs and this and that, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. You can work different circuits. It's just nothing's the same. It's just different. You do whatever you want, right? There's so many different paths.
Yeah. And you got to create your vibe. Like I was saying with Erykah Badu, like, you, with your shows, you create a vibe. You create, because it feels like, kind of like with this show, it's a conversation where it's like me and you talking like regular time. And we're just letting other people hear our conversation. Mm-hmm. So that's why with your show, like you were saying just now, like, create a vibe.
Exactly. And you create a vibe, and we're able to create our own tribes. So when you look at Kevin Hart, for that example, and the Oscar, the award show or whatever, and this and that, that's because, he's kind of working in a certain system, you know what I'm saying, and getting involved in others and their projects and this and that. But Kevin Hart don't need that. He got his own lane. He got his own production company. So we're seeing now, this is not 20 years ago. It's not 30 years ago. And this is the reason why, for me, I didn't pursue comedy at a younger age. I pursued it at the time that was right for me. Because I'm all about, bless you, I'm all about the internet and technology. Like, I got a control of that. You know what I'm saying? I got a big control of that. And so that timing is perfect for me. And so I have a hugely independent mindset when it comes to this.
Yeah, because with you, one thing that we haven't talked about, and I don't know how much other people would know, but you have a nice production value to yourself, because you've done some parodies, the whole Jussie Smollett Empire. Yeah, I love those YouTube posts.
Yeah, that went viral.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, so with that, you have a nice production value, and like you were saying, it's different from before, like with somebody like Eddie Murphy, he would just show up, do his show. I don't know how much control he had over, or how much masters, in a sense, that he had for himself. But now with Kevin Hart, it's his production group, it's his crew. Everything is coming back to him as a one business. It's not just me showing up, there's the mic, I tell jokes, I get paid. Yes. So, like, and that's what I was saying with you, and what you're saying is that you have a nice, because you also have a nice little tree, if I may say, of people that work with you as well. Yeah. A network.
I mean, we're so small in Rhode Island. You definitely find people like-minded that you kind of work with, you know. And so for me, it's like So when I first started, I'll back up and tell you where I came with the mindset. When I first got into comedy, I was like, all right, Dale, you're funny, but what makes you think you're going to be successful? Because there's a lot of funny guys out there. I respect everybody. They may not be my personal cup of tea, but I believe everyone out there. Yep, I believe that everyone out there, whether you're corny, quirky, goofy, aggressive, whatever your style is, there's an audience for you. I really believe that, and it may not be my cup of tea. I may be like, whatever, but I'm never gonna be like, nah, he ain't got no chance, because I don't believe that's true. I believe everybody has a chance because the internet has changed things, and you see it in music. You see it in music. So you know what I'm saying? It's just the whole Master P thing, and so that was my approach. I'm like, all right, well, I'm funny, which is nice, and I got computers. The computer is my bitch. It do whatever I want to tell it to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I can do that. And I got a couple other things that I'm able to do. So I put them all together, and I put it all together. So when you see from day one, when you see like the videos and stuff I make, I got better over time.
Yeah.
And I just keep putting everything I have into the content that I put out because it's going to take me a certain place. You know what I mean? It's just gonna. If I'm producing these high production value skits for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, there's nothing that says that this is all training for me when it comes to creating the half hour and then creating the comedy special and or creating the movie. You know what I'm saying? This is all the strategy behind it. I'm doing it for a reason. If you look at my old skits and you compare it to what I'm doing now, I never say, "Hey, I'm great." I just say, "Look, I'm getting so much better." You know what I'm saying? And this one side effect of that is New Lane Productions is the name of my video production company.
I was just about to ask about that.
All right, and I call it New Lane for a reason, right? Because I believe that you have to have a vision and a mission and always stick to it. Never forget where you're going. New lane. It's about creating a new lane. That's my thing. Is I create my own lane.
Yep.
It's a new lane. Ain't nobody. When you create a new path, no one's on it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get to A to B much quicker. It's harder, a little bit of work, but once it's built, it's boom. So New Lane Productions. So and people started taking note of the work that I've been doing for myself. I'm a first. What I say is New Lane Productions and Dale Cobra Comedy is my first client. You know what I'm saying? So
you're the first client.
It's actually separated that way. Like I have the business registered this way and the Dale Cobra, and I do all the accounting. I do everything separate because I'm trying to. In my head, it's really like I'm trying to be that way. So if I do it now, in 5 and 10 years when it starts to pop off and get where I want, it'll be that's what I want. Got a production company. I'm the first client. I've been doing work for others now. I just produced a trailer, a sitcom, pilots and stuff like that. So you'll see a couple things coming out. Yeah,
and that's the thing, because we're about to wrap up in a little bit here. But that's the thing that I enjoy about you. Once again, me being an underclassman, you being basically in the same grade and class with my sister, I look at you as, okay, as you're creating the new lane, it's kind of like what I've been doing with my music podcast, because I started my music podcast years ago where I never wanted to be called a mixtape because I wasn't really mixing in a sense. And podcast was very brand new back then. It wasn't as defined as it is now. So for me, I called it a podcast because it was different. I would have music. I would have skits like from movies, cartoons, video games, just random things, and I would just have a nice playlist of music and a nice flow, and I'll create a vibe like a new lane. I don't want to be in a club, but I want to be like a lounge or a coffee house, but there's none of that here in Rhode Island. So I just put the shit online and just leave it as it is. Yeah,
and you do a great job too, because I never
it's different.
Heard something like that, because it's like you take the episode, or you can call it think of it like a mixtape or a tape. You take the collection of songs, but you put them all into a certain theme, and you put these bumpers from movies, and you kind of tell a story through. That was the first one I heard from you. I was like, oh, okay. So I love it. I never heard anything like that. And you play a lot of old stuff that I've never heard, or different things I never heard. So
yeah,
but that's different. That's what I'm saying. You didn't just put music. And I'm always interested when I see DJs a lot. To me, I'm just kind of like, all right. I mean, you're playing somebody else's song. So at what point? I know there's an art and skill to it. But I appreciate people that I want to see more of you in the work. Yeah. And I see you when you do that. I'm like, all right, he's not just stringing together a good collection of songs because they have a certain BPM. He's actually taking the time to pick out songs and telling a story.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. That's dope.
And it's different. And that's why I was saying, and that's why I like with you as well, because usually me doing stand-up or Caveman doing stand-up is just doing stand-up. Get the mic, say the jokes, make people laugh, get paid, go home. But what you're showing is it's more of a business with your New Lane Productions, where it's bigger. You can control your content. You create what you put in, because with me and doing some of the music, to put down like 15 minutes worth of music, it takes me about an hour to put just that little bit of time. But it's mine. I own the masters. So like what you're doing is showing people you're taking ownership of your direction and your projection on the road ahead in the new lane. And
it will definitely pay off. Just so people know, I'm broke right now. I mean, because I don't want, you know what I'm saying? The worst thing I can do is make people think things are easy. Yeah. My wife and I are celebrating our anniversary, 20 years. In a couple months, people be like, oh, you guys are so this, so that. Yeah, it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not. I feel like if you make people feel like everything is just like easy, you got it easy, they feel like they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I need to make people know, like, yo, it's hard work. It's gonna be hard when you go through it. You know what I'm saying? But it's possible. So don't look at me and think that I have something that you don't have. That, you know what I'm saying? One thing I have that a lot of people don't have is I have ability to grind through something for long term. I can do that. I can get on my grind and stay on it. But that's the only difference. I mean, I'm smart. I feel like I'm really smart, but you guys are smart too. You know what I'm saying? So I just want people to kind of see. So let me just say one thing. I know we wanted to wrap up, Joe. I want to put this out there too. I also got a mobile app coming out soon.
Oh, mobile app?
Yes. Let me tell you.
I like that.
I'm working on the trademark, so I'm gonna give you a code name. The code name is Gibby. You know what a Gibby is?
Gibby? No.
G-I-B-I.
G-I-B-I. Gibby. Okay.
It's a nice little acronym. Gain independence, being independence. You know, kind of like FUBU. This was going to be the first name I named the mobile app, Gibby. But then I felt like I'd have to explain it to everybody. So I changed the name. I have the name. It's dope. The new name kind of tells you more about what it is. You know what I'm saying?
But you're going to hold off until patent pending.
Exactly. So
trademark pending.
Exactly. So exactly. But Gibby is a Gibby byte, like a gigabyte. You ever get a hard drive and they're like, hey, I'm geeking out right now, people. You ever get a...
this is you. This is you in your totality. This is Dale Cova.
This is me. And my mother said, yo, you gotta be more transparent. You gotta let people know who you are more.
Yeah.
So I'm taking her advice. So a Gibby is synonymous with a gig. You ever get a hard drive and you're like, oh, it's got 2 terabytes. When you put it in, it's like, actually, it's 1.9875. You're like, where the hell am I fucking get? Right?
Because of the bloatware.
Because the hardware manufacturers measure it in Gibby bytes, which I think is base 10, but gigabytes are base 2. So when you do the conversion, you just lose a little bit. That's it. That's it. And you can go to Wikipedia because they always correct if you want to fact check me, make sure. But yeah. But so I thought Gibby. So I didn't want to. So artists get gigs. You know, comedians, musicians, poets, promoters. We all pushing gigs. And this mobile app is going to help you manage and share and promote yourself and all your gigs. I didn't want to call it Gig Manager because that's too straightforward. So I came up with Gibby. But then I was like, I have to explain Gibby, so I changed the name.
Gain independence, be independent.
You feel me? So it's code name Gibby. But yo, so it is a booking agent in your pocket. Let me say that. And everybody I showed it to, and people I interviewed about features and stuff, they're like, yo, You know what I'm saying? So you'll be able to get it it'll be a subscription. You'll download it. You'll be able to get it for 14 to 30 days. I haven't decided, for free. Just put your name and your email and just use the app. You know what I'm saying? And then it'll be a monthly fee because, you know what I'm saying, I'm putting in a lot. But, yo, it's a community, bro. That's what I'm building. So I got to get it in your pocket first. You know what I'm saying? So back up. I've been developing software for 20 years. A lot of people don't know that.
See?
A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing software for 20 years.
So before the whole comedy thing was kicking off, you was doing...
I had to get out the hood.
So getting out the hood was getting into the computers.
Yes.
Jumping into the matrix and getting out of there.
When .com came, I worked at a .com for a couple years. You know what I'm saying? It was like download anything and do whatever you want. So I did that for a couple years. I worked for the military. I did a contract for the military for a bit. I worked for a global healthcare company where I was doing that for the last 12 years. So I did a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of people don't know that. This is me saying this stuff now. It's not relevant. I don't just walk down the street and say, "Hey, man," you know what I'm saying? There's no real reason to say that. But I'm at a point right now where my mom, she taught me, I think she learned this from the governor. He says, you learn, you earn, you serve. You learn, then you make some money, and then you start to give back. You know what I'm saying? I'm still trying to earn and learn, but I can start serving a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't realize at the time, because I was around a lot of software engineer types, because I was working in that industry. But I look and I'm like, yo, there's a lot of people in my community and people like artists and stuff that don't necessarily have that skill, which is good because you can't have every skill. You focus on what you focus on. I focus on what I focus on. So I can provide. I want to be able to put this in their pocket. This was actually a tool I created for myself 3 years ago. I took the whole summer off, didn't play no ball. My boys was like, "Where you at?" But I was creating this website. I had, it's a hodgepodge of different things to be able to share and promote and manage all my stuff, right? And I was like, man, it'd be dope if I could just share this with other people. But I was like, then I gotta write a mobile app. That's like a lot of fucking work. But 3 years later, something hit me. I was like, yo, I got the energy to do it now, and I've been working on it for 14 months. I'm going off. I'm trying to tell you guys something I haven't told anybody.
So this is inside trading.
I'm giving you.
Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm too mahogany to be going to prison, man. Like, come on, man. Get me on some Martha Stewart time, B. God, come on.
So yeah, man. So that's what it is.
Mahogany.
We wait for you. We thought you'd be a white girl, though. but so that's it, man. So that's everything. So the mobile app's coming. You're gonna know about it. You hearing it here first. This is the first podcast that has been mentioning. I'm trying to get it out by my birthday in May. Memorial Day, Memorial Day weekend. So trying, but when you're developing software, you got to dot your I's and cross your T's on every single thing. But I am coming out within weeks, right? And so boom. So I got the software coming out. Hopefully I can get revenue stream. I do the videos and stuff, revenue stream, do the comedy, revenue stream. You see what I'm trying to say? So that's what I was going about with, like, when it's like, it's not just the comedy. I have to put everything together to be able to live a certain way. And that's kind of where I'm going. I'm letting you guys know I'm broke right now. I mean, what I'm saying? But if you believe in yourself and believe in what you do and you stick to it and you have a vision, yo, it'll work out, and I can slowly see things starting to unfold. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing video after. You go to my YouTube, guys. I got like 250 videos. I got so much crap.
Oh, what's the YouTube page for them to check out?
Dale Cover.
Dale Cover.
My name's. I just use my name because it's easy, right? Like,
all right, so it's DALE. Dale.
Yes.
Last name Cover.
Cover.
For, like, some people say cover.
Yeah, cover for you people. COV. As in victory, ER. Dale Covers. You use that. There's not too many of us, right? Yeah, You'll find me.
The mahogany looking brother.
I did Live, Love, Laugh t-shirt.
Yes.
Is usually what I sell.
Yeah, it's a black t-shirt, white letters with a trace of red.
Yes, exactly. They'll see
Live,
it.
Love, Laugh.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Connect, hit me up. I'm always, I like to talk, help people, ask questions, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I'm saying, I got all this stuff on the YouTube, but now after 5 years, now stuff is starting to hit. Like a Jussie Smollett took off, boom. I just put out the Stop and Shop thing. I don't know.
The Stop and Shop,
Stop and Shop went on strike. I made a
Did they
dope
kick
video.
you out?
They kicked me out. He wanted to call the cops too.
They called the cops?
He I don't know if he really called. He was talking to somebody. I don't think it was the cops. But yeah, they threw me out. But I'm like,
he trying to give you that CVS guy calling the cops with the lady with the coupons. Like, he's in here filming with our robot. Rosie the robot is not liking it. She's wanting to go to HR thinking of some sexual harassment.
but they helped me because they made the video wonderful.
Oh.
So I'm learning how to, you know, since I'm slowly seeing the
Yeah.
visions, things starting to, like, you see little upticks and like, yo, this is working. Because when you go on a long path for months and months and months and years, and you're like, damn, you feel like, should I just turn back? Never turn back.
And see, what it sounds like is it's not a job, it's a lifestyle.
Yes.
So when it's a lifestyle, it's totally different. It's not a job. It's not like, oh, I have to do this. It's a lifestyle. It's, I need to do this.
And you want to do it.
And you want to.
You want to do it. Now, there's days where you're like, you know what, I'm a little tired. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, there'll be days where with the software, I wake up like, I don't really want to, man. I'll dick around till like 3 o'clock. But before I know it, I'm up to 3 o'clock in the morning because I caught my fire. And I still put in my 8-10 hours. You know what I'm saying? But it was at my time and my, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm just trying to continue living a certain way. And eventually...
Hey.
Yeah,
Now it's going to happen because people think that overnight success just happens overnight. Nah, it takes about 10 years for an overnight success to happen.
Yeah, and I got these lines on my headboard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Some awesome jail time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
counting down to 10 years.
Yeah, that's better to be in jail than the actual jail. You're too mahogany for jail, B. And on that note, it's 4:20. You know, turn your lighters up. You know, be nice to your neighbors and tip your bartenders and peep out Dale Cover on the scene when you can. And also, once again, that interview section was brought to us by Miga Trucking and Repairs in Seacon, Massachusetts. And that should be it for today. It's another Saturday morning conversation in the books. This is your man, DJ Iron Monkey, once again with my main man, Dale Cover. Yeah, New Lane Productions. People, man, he's about to do something big in the next couple of weeks with that new app thing.
Yes.
But
yes,
you're not going to catch me on no inside trading shit.
Said, we don't need no more black comedians. Like, you ain't met nothing like me, people.
Nah, B. Alright, that being said, y'all have a happy Easter. Enjoy your time. It's 4:20. It's DJ Iron Monkey saying peace.
Told you this.
Which one? Oriental Jesus? All of them. Alright. Ooh,
Nice.
man.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I got pissed.
Yeah, went a little long, but yeah, that's cool.